Hello my lovely Virgos, thank you so much for tuning into your June reading with me, Lorien. It's an absolute pleasure to bring you this reading for you every month. So today we're going to be using the Taramuka printed by Luz Galileo, and this is a general reading for Virgo Sun, Moon and Rising sign. So if you're not sure as to whether this resonates with you, what I recommend you do is look at the other aspects. A lot of the time, even with myself, I find Gemini, Libra, they really do resonate a lot more with certain people. So rising sign and moon sign are always good to look at, as well as looking at your Venus sign. So if your Venus sign is in, for instance, Sagittarius, may look at that one just to see if your romance sign is kind of coming through for you this month. As always, this is a general reading, so if you want a personal reading from me, click on the link below. It should take you directly to my readings page. And also, if you're interested in getting more readings from me, I do additional ones that aren't available through YouTube. They're actually on Patreon. So if you want to join me on Patreon there and actually sign up, I think it's as little as $1, you can get access to the free readings there. So let's have a look and see what's coming through for all you lovely Virgos. And as always, I'll be doing a rune at the end of this reading just to take a look and see what information comes through for you there as well. So let's see. I've done a little bit of a tidy of my altar today, so I've got more space. It was getting far too crowded with herbs and things, so I've now moved all those, so I have more space to do this. Okay, and I did meditate before this reading, and I did think that there was kind of some, not anxiety, but just kind of some angstiness in there. So let's just have a look and see. Alright, they now said stop, so. Oh, nice. Might bring these down a bit so you can see a little bit better. Then we have the Hierophant. Oh, then we have the Chariot, and then we have the Four of Cups. So this isn't bad, but they're saying to look at the bottom. Oh, they've got the Five of Cups there. So yeah, I was saying there's a little bit of anxiety here. So Queen of Cups, Hierophant, Chariot, and Four of Cups. What they just said is being worried about doing the right thing. Now, the Hierophant can sometimes mean doing the right thing, even if no one's watching, because, you know within yourself, you're always watching yourself. And so doing the right thing for you means so much more, because you know whether you can actually kind of connect with your moral code, whether you're happy about doing something in particular. So this is kind of like doing the right thing for you, but also maybe feeling a little bit pressured to do something that other people perceive as the right thing. For instance, giving this a go. Come on, give it another go. Stay there. You can actually, work it out or something like that. It can be any situation that you feel pressured into giving another go, or you could just be like, I need to do the right thing for me. And I think it's about making the decision as to what's the right thing for you versus what's the right thing that other people perceive it being. Now, obviously, I'm not going to go into the moral code here because that would open up a half an hour, conversation. But I do think that this is all about having that connection within yourself, having this kind of understanding of what is your right, what is your wrong, what do you want to achieve. Is there somebody that's getting you jealous? Is there something that's kind of making you a little bit possessive over something? Now, I know Virgos aren't always like that, to be perfectly honest with you, but you can get disappointed in people very often. And I think that this may be coming through a little bit for you right now. And I do think that this is kind of coming to a head. But for me, looking at these cards, it's just about the emotions and about the kind of connections that's coming through. I believe this lady was possibly in the last Virgo reading. She represents a water sign, so Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, who could be of a very strong connection with you, somebody who's a very big supporter of you. Similarly, it could be that this is the emotional side of yourself, or one aspect of yourself if you have a Scorpio or Cancer, Pisces rising or whatever. But I think this is about your creativity, your need to see something different, your need to just be so much more fluid and flowing in some kind of way and to be more happy with the decisions that you're making. She is all about going within. She's all about seeing things from a very intuitive, spiritual point of view. She's very much, oh, hang on. She's not the Queen of Cups. I don't know why I read her as the Queen of Cups. She's the Queen of Swords. They put the Queen of Cups in my head here. Okay, so the Queen of Swords is coming through, and they're still saying about intuition because she's very much about the mental aspect of it. So apologise. It's Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. So I feel that she's asking you to be very analytical here, but also use your intuition, because they're still showing me the eagles in the background as well. Yes, sorry. What I said before, they're saying what you said before still stands. You still have to have this intuition. You still have to have this kind of connection there. However, I feel that you're actually going to go into something and maybe a bit more analytical and judging this from your point of view. Also, this could represent a very independent female friend of yours who is in no relationship or recently divorced, or, you know, a career woman who doesn't really have time for all this kind of stuff, who actually is giving you advice. Or it could be this part of yourself that's giving your own advice and taking your own advice. But it's about switching off somehow and looking at it from just a traditional point of view, maybe, or your own point of view, saying, look, I'm not happy with this, I don't want this. But intuition is going to be your best friend, I feel. Like the Hierophant here, he is about doing the right thing. He's about having that moral code, but also about maybe expectations of tradition. Like you get a job, you work there for a few years, you climb up the ladder, you get a savings, you get a pension while you have a family on the side, and there you go, that's it, that's your life done. For some people, they don't like that status quo. I know I'm not happy with that status quo. They want to do something more with their life. They want to experience it a different way. I mean, again, success is different for everybody, so your vision of success may be to maybe shake up this status quo, to actually not go by what is traditionally allowed. Like, for instance, date somebody for a while, move in together for a while, get engaged, get married, have a baby, blah, blah, blah. You may not be happy with that. You know, you may just be like, well, actually, I don't see myself in a marriage with this person I'm with, or, you know, something like that. It could be something that's kind of tugging at you, that everybody expects you to be this certain person, but you don't want to be that certain person, if that makes sense to you. But I do feel that you are actually setting on your right journey. You're setting on your right path. I do also see that there could potentially be a little bit of traveling in this month, like for instance going somewhere and actually having some interesting things coming through for you too. So I do see that you're probably going to be traveling at some stage, not like necessarily a huge lot of traveling, but just maybe zipping about here and there, because also you do have the Chariot. Now, the Chariot to me really does symbolise a sense of connection within yourself as to the masculine, feminine, the light, the dark, and actually just committing to a path. You can't be spread too thinly. You know, you have to be very sure that you know your own allegiances to yourself first of all. Now, I know that some people say, well, that's too selfish. Not really. It's not really selfish when you think about it. Because you're no use to anybody else if you yourself is feeling so down and not able to be working through things. You know, if you're emotionally drained, you won't be able to help other people like you want to. So make sure that you commit to yourself this month. Again, this indicates a little bit of traveling, a little bit of here and there, but they don't want you to burn the candle at both ends, which is this here. This is boredom and this is disappointment. If you overdo yourself, you'll be just feeling like you've been thrown to the wolves and just kind of left to kind of collapse a little bit. They want you to focus on what's going good for you, not what's kind of let you down in the past. Same here. If you continue to look at the floor rather than look up the ladder, you will just be continuously on that road of looking down at the floor and watching where you're going, rather than watching where you could go and what you want to aspire to. So you need to kind of connect within yourself as to say, look, I'm going to be doing this. I really want to do this. This is not something that I really want to achieve here. But, you know, just kind of making sure that you feel as though you're on the right path for yourself, I think, is the main thing. Okay, so here we go. Sorry, just something falling off there. Okay, so what are we doing for Virgo? in the month of June. And I always do the runes with my eyes closed. So here are you. Oh, he's come out a lot lately. So this is Odin's rune. Odin's rune is very much about vision, leadership, power of words. So again, she's a very good communicator as the Queen of Swords. She could be actually very articulate and wanting to convey why you're unhappy to somebody, wanting to convey what you desire to change, even to yourself. But this is vision. And it's all like I said before. You need to look upwards rather than downwards. Like, oh, I'm going along this road and it's going to be like, yeah, okay. Like, set straight, next life thing, blah, 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 blah. You don't need to do that. You can take a diversion if you want, so long as it doesn't take you completely off the path of what you've always aspired to do within your heart. You can do that. For instance, if you've always wanted to be a teacher in a foreign country, you could absolutely start on that path today. We're in a universal year 1. We need to make sure that the next 9 years are worth it. So I feel this is kind of coming through for you here. And this is all about making sure that you're happy with this connection that you're making and happy with the, the forward motion that you're doing. Because to be honest, if you don't have leadership over yourself, Virgo, you are maybe just going to slip down a little bit and maybe kind of go a little bit, I don't know. There's somebody around you, or there's something around you that I feel that you need to free yourself from, or kind of free yourself from the expectations from. A lot of the times people do mean well and they are going, oh, well, it'll be okay, you'll be fine. But you just need somebody, I think, even if it's yourself, to tell you, look, it's not fine, it may not be okay. I need to look at the reality of this and see if I'm happy with just going along this kind of mediocre thing. Am I happy just being in the status quo here? Am I happy just kind of muddling along and being, what I didn't want to be? So I think it's kind of looking at yourself, looking and if you're happy with it, and then deciding to change something about it. We're halfway through the year. This is the promised year to actually change things around for yourself and actually see if there's something that you can generate that's new for yourself, that's exciting, and that you can actually, be happy about. I don't want all my Virgos, my lovely, lovely Virgos, to feel so down about something that they can change because some other people are seeming like, oh, they won't improve. Screw them. Screw them. Why? Why would you bother with somebody else's opinion? It's not your life that they're living. It's your life you're living. So you have to make sure that you have to commit to yourself this month and very much kind of say, look, if you want to leave that person that's you either love or you can't stand anymore because it's not working, do it. If you want to travel the world or something, make plans and manifest that into your life. If you want to write a book, do it. Or just think about doing something or start something. You don't have to necessarily continue it if you get 5 months down the line and are just so I can't do it. Just kind of see, explore, try different things, and that's what I think they're kind of calling you to do this month. But what is it you're planning to do? Is there anything in particular that you're wanting to achieve? Is there anything that you're wanting to see? Do let me know. I always love hearing from you in the comments below. And also thank you for subscribing and sharing and liking this video. It really does mean the world to me. Again, if you want a personal reading, the best way to do that is the link below and go to my readings page. Otherwise, I will look forward to reading for you in July. Take care of yourselves, and I hope to speak to you all soon. Take care, lovely Virgo.